Welcome back, everyone. Grab your popcorn because today's story is packed with shocking twists, emotional moments, and secrets that change everything. Let's jump right in. Well, let me tell you, when I sat down with my coffee this morning and read about what's coming up on General Hospital, I couldn't believe my eyes. Lulu Spencer is fixing to be fit to be tied once the truth finally comes out about Carly and Valentin. I've been watching this show for more years than I care to count, and I've seen plenty of secrets blow up in folks' faces, but this one feels like it's going to shake up Port Charles in a big way. Carly's been keeping Valentin hidden away at her place for months now, protecting him from the authorities while the whole town thinks he's long gone. And on top of that, she's been letting little Charlotte slip over there to see her daddy, all without saying a word to Lulu. That's the kind of thing that cuts deep, especially between two women who've shared as much history as these two have. What really gets me thinking is how this whole mess started. Carly and Valentin weren't exactly friends at first. They were just two people who found themselves on the same side for once, both wanting to bring down that Jack Brennan fella who'd been causing so much trouble. I reckon when you spend that much time plotting and planning together, sometimes the lines get blurry. One thing leads to another, and before you know it, what started as a partnership turns into something a whole lot more personal. Now they're carrying on a secret romance right under everybody's nose. I can't help but shake my head and smile a little because that's just how life works sometimes, even in a place like Port Charles. But I also know that secrets like this one don't stay hidden forever, and when they come out, the hurt is going to be twice as bad. Lulu's got every reason in the world to be furious, and I don't blame her one bit. While she was lying in that coma, Valentin was busy trying to patch things up with Laura and even sparking a romance with Anna Devane. Then, the second Lulu wakes up and starts putting her life back together, he grabs their daughter Charlotte and takes off running from the law. In Lulu's eyes, that man hasn't got a single good bone left in his body when it comes to being a father. She's never trusted him to do right by their little girl, and now here comes Carly, the woman Lulu thought she could count on, sneaking around and letting Charlotte visit him behind her back. That's not just a betrayal of trust between friends. That's messing with a mother's heart, and I've got a feeling Lulu ain't going to take it lying down. I keep thinking about little Charlotte in all of this. That child has already been through more than any kid her age should have to handle. She loves her daddy, even with all his faults. And she loves spending time with Carly, too. Now her mama's probably going to put her foot down hard and say, no more visits, no more sneaking around, and maybe even no more contact with Carly for a while. It breaks my heart a little to imagine how confused and torn that little girl's going to feel. Family drama always hits the children the hardest, doesn't it? I've seen it in real life with folks I know, and it's playing out the same way on my screen. Lulu's doing what any mama would do to protect her child, but I worry about how much more heartbreak is coming before things settle down. What I really want to know is just how ugly this confrontation is going to get. Carly's always been the type to stand her ground and fight for the people she cares about, even when she's wrong. And Lulu's got that Spencer fire in her blood. She's not one to back down when she feels her family's been wronged. When the truth about the romance and all those secret visits finally comes pouring out, I can already picture the tears and the raised voices and the doors slamming. These two women have been through so much together over the years, good times and bad, and now it feels like everything they've built is sitting on a powder keg. I hate to see old friendships crack like this, but at the same time, I can't look away. That's the thing about General Hospital. It pulls you in and makes you care about these people like they're your own neighbors. I've been sitting here thinking about how this story reminds me of real life in so many ways. We all know somebody who's kept a secret to protect someone they love, and we've all seen how those secrets have a way of coming back around when you least expect it. Carly thought she was doing the right thing by keeping Valentin safe and giving Charlotte a chance to see her father. But sometimes doing what feels right in the moment ends up hurting the very people you're trying to shield. I reckon Lulu's going to have to decide whether she can ever trust Carly again after this, and that's a heavy choice for anybody to make. Family, friendship, and forgiveness don't always come easy, especially when a child's heart is caught in the middle. What keeps me coming back to this show week after week is how it makes me feel like I'm right there with these characters, living through every twist and turn alongside them. When Lulu finds out the full truth about Carly and Valentin, I know it's going to be one of those moments that stays with me for days. I'll be sitting in my chair, probably talking back to the television, wondering how they're all going to pick up the pieces. That's the magic of a good story, isn't it? It gets under your skin and makes you care. Even when the drama gets messy and the secrets come tumbling out, there's still that little spark of hope that maybe, just maybe, these folks will find their way back to each other in the end. So I'm going to keep watching, and I'm going to keep wondering what's coming next. This story about Lulu, Carly, Valentin, and little Charlotte has got me hooked something fierce. When the dust finally settles, I hope Charlotte ends up okay, because that sweet child deserves a little peace after everything she's been through. And I hope Carly and Lulu can find some kind of understanding, even if it takes a long time and a whole lot of tears to get there. That's what I love about this show. It reminds me that even in the middle of the biggest storms, there's still room for love, for forgiveness, and for family to find its way home. Well, let me tell you, when Lulu finally learns the whole truth about Carly and Valentin, she's going to be madder than a hornet. Carly didn't just cover for that man all these months. She cooperated with him, let herself fall for him, and then lied straight to Lulu's face about every bit of it. Lulu already can't stand Valentin after everything he's done, and now she's got to swallow the fact that somebody she trusted like family has been keeping her in the dark while protecting the very man she despises. That kind of betrayal cuts deep, and I've got a feeling Lulu's not going to let it slide. What really bothers me is how Carly took over everything when Charlotte and Danny Morgan got caught up in that car accident the same night Curtis and Jordan had their crash. Carly stepped in, handled the car repairs, and decided what Lulu needed to know without ever asking. She crossed a line that no friend or relative should cross when it comes to a mother and her child. Lulu's already been through enough with Valentin running off with Charlotte, and now she's finding out Carly's been making decisions behind her back about her own daughter. That's the kind of thing that can break trust for good. I keep wondering if Carly's about to lose Lulu over this secret romance. Those two have always been close, but when the lies pile up and a child gets caught in the middle, it's hard to come back from. Lulu might just decide she doesn't want Carly or Valentin anywhere near Charlotte anymore, and I wouldn't blame her. A mama's got to protect her little girl, and when the secrets start coming from inside the family, that instinct gets even stronger. The hurt is real, and it's going to take more than a few sorries to fix it. What tugs at my heart is how this mess is going to land on Charlotte. That sweet child loves her daddy, and she loves Carly too. But now her mama's got every reason to keep them both at arm's length. The lies Carly told about the accident, the visits, and everything else could end up creating a distance that never quite goes away. I've seen how family rifts like this play out, and they don't heal easy. At the end of the day, this story reminds me that trust is everything when kids are involved. Carly thought she was doing right by keeping quiet and handling things her way, but sometimes that only makes the fallout worse. I'll be watching to see whether Lulu shuts them out for good or if there's still a chance for these folks to find their way back to each other. Either way, it's going to be one rocky road ahead.